everyone, it's Bella from Rio, and I'm here yet again to share some insights into the discovery of pleasurable wellness, healthy living, and purpose on this one road, an exciting road of self-discovery that I've come to dedicate my life to. And today's story that I wanted to share with you has to do with the concept of being healthy and what it has come to mean for me, from the abstract holistic idea of what that healthy means many different things. I've experienced it on my own skin and my own body, all of the different aspects of, from what I put into my mouth, how I move, what I think, how I walk, how I breathe, what I think of myself. All of those things, I've come to see the direct effect of those things on my physical health and well-being. So the story started when I was a very healthy and energetic, sort of an overachiever teenager. I started my undergrad at UCLA, and I started experiencing first some stomach issues, with my upper stomach was hurting a bit. Then I started gaining a little weight, feeling really tired all the time. I couldn't get enough rest. I was always just kind of had fog in my head. I couldn't think straight. And when I was back at my parents' house, one day I tried to go up the stairs and I couldn't. My muscles were hurting so much I couldn't walk up the stairs. Then I started having some really, really major digestive issues. I had to be even hospitalized once. And then this blur of doctors that I remember from the 2 years that I spent going from doctor to doctor and receiving all these strange diagnostics, receiving medications that would treat my symptoms, but none of the doctors could connect all of the different symptoms I was feeling. They would think they were completely separate and unrelated, and that was really frustrating to me because I knew that they were related and they were all part of the same issue. So that's when I started studying at first holistic nutrition. I became certified in that because I knew that some of the foods that I ate were directly influencing my issues in the stomach, and that was leading to a lot of different things. I studied psychology as an undergrad because I could see that my stress, when I would get stressed, I was feeling worse. And I also was a personal trainer, but what I didn't know was that I was actually overdoing exercise. I didn't even know that existed, that you could overdo exercise. So when I went to my last appointment, I went to the regular doctors, to the traditional medicine. I was told that my cortisol levels, a hormone that you get when you're exercising or under stress, was higher than that of athletes, of male athletes. And the doctor gave me one of the scariest diagnostics ever. I don't even want to say it out here, but the thing is that I decided to not go with that diagnostic, not believe it, and I took my health into my own hands. And I changed everything in my life, from the way I eat. I experimented with a number of different traditions, from Ayurvedic to other traditions of like veganism, taking out dairy, and I've come up with my own diet that works best for me, because all of us are different and we might need different foods at different times. I was a vegetarian at one point. Now I eat meat rarely, but I do eat it. So it's about discovering what makes you feel good. Then I started tinkering with exercise, and I realized that I couldn't stop exercising, but I couldn't do as much as I was doing. So discovering balance there was really important. Recently, I've discovered the power of breath, because when I started having these issues, I had stopped singing. And singing is a really powerful way of activating your diaphragm and your breathing technique, right? So as I stopped breathing well, and I was also like gaining weight, so I was trying to keep my stomach in, I stopped breathing well. So the lack of oxygen was actually causing a lot of the lack of circulation, a lot of the different issues that I was having, that I discovered from a lot of the the Chinese traditional medicine, later on from yoga. Many different things that I learned on the road about my energy, sexuality, such practices such as the Tao of Love that we teach at the Embody Wellness Institute, which really focuses on recharging our battery, our vital energy, which in Chinese medicine is actually one and the same as our sexual energy. So when you discover those ancient traditions and wisdoms, you realize that everything we do directly affects our health. And it's not just about protecting ourselves from the pathogens that are out there, but it's actually looking inwards and strengthening our system. That should be our focus. So there are a number of ways that our complex immune system works. It's affected by the foods that we eat, by the micro and macronutrients that we consume. It's affected by all of the different hormones that are produced in our body. So, for example, stress hormones cause it to go into a shutdown so that you can activate the fight or flight response and only focus on the ability to run away or fight. So your immune system shuts down if you're stressed out or in fear. And the opposite, pleasure and emotions of well-being, actually activate the hormones such as serotonin that make your system, your immune system, work much better. Sleep, getting enough sleep, as we've discovered from some of the most prominent neuroscientists of our days, they're telling us that sleep could be the magic pill. Once I've discovered that, every time I feel like I'm getting sick, I get a little bit, I get a power nap, and I end up not having to spend a week in bed with a fever. So all of those things affect our health in a very direct way. We need to really invest our time, especially now as we're sitting at home, we can't really get out, into sort of redesigning what our diets look like, what our movement looks like, are we breathing well, of understanding what our sexuality is telling us, what our emotions are telling us. Are there a lot of repressed feelings that we need to deal with? Is there something that we that we were meant to do in our life that we're ignoring? Because all of those things affect our life. And the closer I get to discovering what my body, my mind, and my spirit need to be aligned with their authentic self, the healthier and more energized I feel, and the less I get sick, the more holistically healthy I become. So that's the concept I wanted to share with you today, that healthy living and holistic wellness is not just some abstract concept. There are some very specific things that we can do in our day-to-day in order to feel better, but also to be really strong and have a shield that protects us from all of those nasty pathogens that are out there. I wanted to invite you to watch our weekly webinars with different professionals that will offer you different insights into all of those holistic studies that practices that I am talking about, but also to go on our website and download the daily framework that helps you design your personalized way to being healthy. You can personalize it with your own activities that you actually enjoy. Or you can contact me to understand how this pleasurable wellness methodology works, and we can work with you together.